Bristol, a city that has music woven into its very soul, is home to legendary DJ Gough, the wild man of wax.
76 years of age, 2 gigs in one night, what's that all about? It's like the old days.
His story begins in the 1960s as one of the city's very first vinyl DJs, and even now, at 76 years of age, he still lights up the dance floors in his hometown.
Always cooking. We're here in the centre of Bristol outside Elmers Arms, and I'm with Gough, a DJ who's been DJing since the 1960s. What was it like in the 60s?
1965 I started off at a youth club just with one record deck, learned my trade and went on the road after that. The 60s was so much different than today. There was only about 10 DJs in Bristol. Well, now you've got more than 10 DJs in all market.
Yeah.
And back in those days, to be a DJ, if you went out to try and get a booking, all the pubs back then, very few had jukeboxes, and they were all run by fuddy-duddies, so you couldn't really get in hardly anywhere. So you had to be able to talk on a microphone. So back at Withywood Youth Club, with the one record deck, we got a microphone in after about 1 year, and then I started to talk between the records. And it was hard work because you had to change the records, so you had to say something, between to keep it continuous. So that's how I started out. But back in the 60s, it was a really good scene in Bristol. The best place to go was the Top Rank and the Locarno. They were the two main places. Then you had maybe another half a dozen clubs, and that was it. Mostly around the Park Street area. There was nothing else. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
That was it.
John is a DJ. He's the first person who, in Bristol, I've been involved in the DJ scene in Bristol for quite a while, and I've seen quite a few DJs. I met John a bit later on, but instantly he caught me out. I noticed him instantly, and I was like, who is this guy? Because he's so passionate about the music, and it's all about the music. Whenever he's behind the decks, every song he plays, you can feel his entire fucking being behind that song, and he belts it.
First place I played was Withywood Youth Club, 1965. I used to go to a youth club in Hartcliffe called the White House Youth Club in Briscoe's Avenue. Since about 1964, I used to sit in the restaurant part. They had a jukebox, and they used to put records on the jukebox every 2 weeks, new ones. So we used to sit by the jukebox, and nobody had any money back then. I wasn't working. So we would say to the people that come to the jukebox, can you put such and such on? This is new on the jukebox. And I would sing along and to the records. Because I wanted to be a singer first, but then I thought, no, I'm too shy to sing. I'll tell you why.
About 7 months ago, I started going to a pub called the Swan With Two Necks, and I was introduced to some great DJs, the likes of Gough, Jason Cook, and some other names, but I'm on a night out, I can't remember. But some incredible DJs who inspired me a lot, and I started collecting records a bit before I went to that pub, and I started going down and playing my stuff, and John sort of just became like a mentor to me, Gough that is, and showed me so much, gave me so much support and encouragement and advice, and he's just incredible, and I would not be able to do what I do now without him. Gough is a serious fucking piece of my life, and he comes and DJs for us at our nights now, and it's just beautiful, DJing is the best thing in the world.
Now I bring to you the one and only Mr. John Gough. This one is Chubby Checker. It's the discotheque, baby. Get this down your necks.
Went on for about a year. I was a mod with a guy called Terry Toy. We used to breed mods, and back in the 60s in Hartcliffe, if you were a mod, you got your head kicked in. You know, there was only about 4 mods in Hartcliffe. All the rest were greasers. Oh, we don't like all this modern stuff. What's this stuff you're wearing? You know, where did you get that from? Oh God. So we used to get our heads kicked in, you know, every couple of, you know, nights. Back in 1964, in the real mod days. And I'd been to Withywood Youth Club, and they had one record player down there, and all they had was a Jerry Lee Lewis LP, which was full of recut Jerry Lee Lewis hits, which sounded awful. I thought, well, I could go down here. I was just starting to collect records. I could play my records. So I just started buying loads of records. So I went to Withywood Youth Club, and it all kicked off in there.
For John, it's a place where the past and future collide, where every genre finds a home, and where music isn't just background noise, it's a way of life.
I don't really understand how I've gained so much traction as a DJ, but it's from looking at John and understanding how John interprets his tunes and how he loves his tunes so much. And I'm when I'm finding new songs, I carry that ethos with me, you know. It's just I have to love, if I'm gonna play this tune, I have to fucking love it, you know. I have to wholeheartedly back this tune. I don't want to think oh, this will appeal to the audience. Oh, this is a famous tune. I need to love it as a person.
This is not one from the Twisted Wheel, but it's a nice one. Yeah, come on! How good is this? We're moving into overdrive now, brothers and sisters, on the soul scene. This is what we're about. Soul style. And I used to listen to these DJs on the radio, Radio Caroline, Radio London. Thought I'm never going to be as good as these, but I'm going to be the best that I can, and I'm going to play really good music. I like that. I know people will like.
He's the only DJ I've ever met that wholeheartedly loves every tune he fucking plays, you know, and he backs it so much. And he doesn't care about the price, about pressing, anything like that. Music is music, and love it for what it is.
Sometimes people over the road here getting buses used to come along and complain about the music being so loud. And I used to say to the landlord, Clive Hall, how the hell do you understand what people are saying, what drinks to give them? And he used to say, I just give them anything. So that was lovely. It was absolutely fantastic. The atmosphere in this pub on a Sunday night was absolutely phenomenal. That went on from 1969 to 1971.
The most important thing to me anyway is, dancing's great, and there's some great dancers on the Northern Soul scene, but it is for the love of the fucking music. And John Gough saw that, I suppose, in a lot of us, and has nurtured that. And I won't say I have anywhere near the musical intellect that guy does. it is ridiculous and it goes deep. But I care about it, and John sees that, and that's what he cares about, enjoying the music, and that's all it should be about, and all it should ever be about.
John's passion for music isn't just his own. His vinyl beats inspire a new generation to listen and dance. His love of music is now a part of me and is an integral part of Bristol's music scene.
He smashed it, bringing you nothing but the best sounds now.
Join me on more adventures around my hometown of Bristol and beyond. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed the video and turn on the bell notification button if you would like to know when I release the next episode. Coming up, we'll be getting stuck into Bristol's punk scene, exploring the southwest during the 1960s and taking you with us on our adventures around Europe. Until next time, happy exploring!